What's going on, everyone? So today we have a mission. We have an agenda to do. I picked up these new racks here to go in place of the cabinets that I did over here on this, that I did have over here on this back wall. The cabinets just weren't exactly working out the way I wanted to, and the workbench that was here was way too small to actually be a workbench. So with the cabinets and stuff gone, the racks are gonna go here in this place. The racks are about 4 feet shorter than where the cabinets were, but that's actually gonna work out in my favor because I can scoot the motors and the engine stands and all this stuff down a couple more feet, so that way when my brother does get ready to get his welder and his welding table and all this stuff, it will go here in the corner since we do have a 220 hookup that's already set up, and it's towards the exiting of the garage. But first on the agenda today, we have to get this thing out of here so that we have more room, and we have to pull the Subaru out of the garage just to free up some room so that way, you know, we can pull some stuff out of the wall and build the racks pretty much right here where the Chevy's sitting. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull those out and then we'll get started. Alright, well, that started up first try, so that's a good thing. Now we gotta get the Subaru here out of the way. So, like that. Gotta move this. Now that the car's out of the way, take this. So, plenty of room now so we can actually organize, pull stuff out of the wall. We still have to find a place for this. My brother picked up a bolt-in full cage, which should be going in like the next, month or so. He's got some stuff going on. He still has to fix his car, and then we'll eventually get to this. This will be on there, so don't worry. Stay tuned for that. But now we're going to get started on building the racks over there. Alright guys, so an update. Both racks are built. Top row is pretty much going to be for tires, so it's ease of access for me when I got to pull them down or getting off to the track or anything. But these are all built up. We're going to start filling in the shelves. A lot of this stuff is going to go up here. Many of you guys may not know, but I do have storage up here inside the attic. Go up here. So it's where pretty much I keep all my extra parts and stuff we're not using in the garage consistently. But it looks like a giant mess right now, but in just a little bit, once we get back, this whole floor should be nice and clean. So I don't know if you guys can tell in here right now. I mean, it is daylight, and these lights that are up here aren't super bright, and they're kind of like oddly placed. There's only 2 on that whole side completely, and then there's only 2 on this side completely. So at night it's not very bright. You get a bunch of dark spots, especially over here in this corner and over here, and especially right here in the center. So it makes it extremely difficult to try to work on anything, and you need extra lights and all that stuff. So I did bring these from my old previous garage, so we're gonna try to hang these from the ceiling and get them to work off of the switch over there when these turn on also. And I'm probably going to take off this little plastic piece and see if it brightens up things in here, so that way we can make the lighting better in here, especially for when we're filming. Like even right here, it's extremely dark, you can see. So we'll take these off and then see what the difference is. So I thought that there were bulbs in these, but there actually isn't bulbs. I took out the little cover on this side, and there are actually LED strips that are in here, 1 and 2. I don't know what the previous owner of this house was thinking by putting like baseboard around this and putting this big old like hood light in here when he just put up LED strips. I mean, it could have been done a little differently, and you know, maybe in time I'll rip those out of the wall and actually put like full nice LED lighting in here. But for the time being, we're just gonna take off these covers. It seemed to brighten up the area a little bit over here, so that's what we're needing it to do. And then we're going to try to position these all up here, so that way I have light over here in this section and also through this section too. Oof. Things are dirty in here. We're gonna try and throw these up, but I don't have the right hangers. These are like the only ones I have. They're like super small, so I don't want to try and put them into the ceiling, hang lights, and then them rip out and fall on any of the cars in here. So we are gonna have to take a trip over to the hardware store. Guys, so we made it over here to Ace Hardware. So we're gonna go in here and find those little anchors that we need. So I found some, but there's not enough here. So we're gonna check a different aisle and see if we can find some more. We found the aisle with all of the little anchor hooks that we have, and I think we found the ones. There's 12, which should be enough. So there we go. All right, and we are back. So maybe we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 total lights. So I'm gonna try to stick 2 up over in this area and try to stick 3 up here in this area, just because this is normally where I majority work. Most of the time is in this general area. All right, so we've got 1, 2, and 3 lights hanging on this side, and we have 2 more hanging on this side here. So I did notice that I do have a couple bulbs out. I went around and tested each one just to make sure that they all worked correctly, but they all are hung. Next thing I have to do is try to find a way to connect these lights to these 2 lights, because they're run off of a separate switch on the wall over here, and then connect these 3 to this switch over here, so that way they'll just turn on as soon as you click the button. So the 2 switches, bink bink, turn on one, turns on that side, see, and then this one turns on this one. So I do have to call one of my buddies over and see if he will come help me fix this stuff, so we can get some lighting a little bit brighter in here, so it's easier to see, especially at night, because at night it's extremely dark in here to where it's hard to even film or do anything. All right guys, so we did a bunch of cleaning to the garage today. got the racks over here done. Come take a look at them. Pretty much got my old Subaru wheels and tires up there. Couple extra tires, drift spares, and then actually I have my my drift wheel spares that are here. So I've got these. This is the style that they are. They look like TE37s. They are reps, which is why I'm going to use them on the drift car. But got these up out of the way off the floor. Everything's a little nice and tidy over here in the corner. Still have to work on some of that stuff. That goes back in the back of the Subaru, but I'm currently going to be working on that here soon. And then we still got to clean up this section. But for right now, it's a lot cleaner inside the garage. You can actually see, can actually walk through here, park cars in here now. Some extra chairs and seating for in here for when friends and stuff come over and hang out. But now everything's pretty much open and off the floor, so it's ready to work. Couldn't be happier. I got the lights installed too. They're still not wired in directly. That's gonna be in another video once one of my buddies gets over here, and we can figure out the best way to wire these up so it looks nice and clean in here and tidy. But they are pretty bright. They do add a lot of extra light, especially in this corner when the garage is shut and at night. And then the main concern was right here in this area where I mainly work on all the vehicles, which is in this area here. So I have extra lighting, not only for camera, but also for myself, so it's easier to see. Alright guys, so pretty much gonna wrap it up for today. Got both cars back in here, got the racks and everything, the lights and stuff installed. Like I said, we are going to be getting the lights actually installed so they do work off of the switches over here. But that's about it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the rest of the content I got.
Writing lines cause I feel like the champ. Heavyweight first place, who could expect to get slapped? I'm running laps round the competition thinking no last. I just laugh, take a sip as I go and sit back.